During the spring, before the coronavirus quick departure, I worked with a group of students on a project where we set up a mock village where we could explore issues of equity, wealth, discrimination, and access. The mock village were 4 Monopoly games running simultaneously. One board was given endless resources and power, and another was given half the amount of Monopoly money, and 2 boards were in between. People were given random roles based on society, roles on the continuum of wealth and privilege, poverty, and marginalization. One of the students ended up being designated as a marginalized person. They actually started off middle class, but hit the go to jail space a few too many times and ended up on the margins of the game. The game, of course, was rigged, so his ability to get out of jail, well, just did not exist. The rules were weighed against him. I was the designated judge and enforcer of the Monopoly rules, but I did have some room for mercy if I was so inclined. About midway through the game, the marginalized person in question was on his 5th incarceration. Drawing the go-to-jail chance card was the last straw. At that point, 3 other students came to visit the jail and the marginalized person. "What do we have to do to get him out of jail?" the 3 friends asked. "Roll doubles 3 times, I said. They did not like that answer. "What are the rules? Why is he in jail?" I explained the series of mishaps that turned a middle-class person into a Monopoly Village felon. The 3 went away, talked briefly with each other, then they came back again and again and again. They kept presenting new ideas and arguments, new ways of looking at the situation, and I must admit, they were wearing me down. This persistence and devotion to their friend led me to release him from jail. So many times we think the answers begin with the right question. I sometimes think that the solution starts with people who are willing to walk with those who are in trouble. It is not their clever negotiations, it's about their persistence. There are 2 parables found in the Gospel of Luke in the New Testament where someone in need receives help not because of a one argument, but because of persistence. In one parable, the judge changes his mind when the widow who is looking for justice wears him down with her persistence. In another parable, a friend visits another late in the night looking for help. The persistence, not the desire to help or even their friendship, led the friend to get out of bed and provide some assistance. We are living in times with lots of problems, and I'm sure you are hearing a lot of optimistic messages about how this is going to be okay and how you're going to grow strong and more resilient, or at least you will have a lot more time to study, blah, blah, blah. And I really do hope all those things for all of you, but what I really hope for you is that you will find those friends who will stand with you during rough times. You have the potential of making friends like that during this period of COVID-19. A normal college experience usually begins where you connect with people who are like yourselves, who share common interests, who come from similar backgrounds. But these divisions are being blurred as we focus on the big question of how to move through this space without causing the demise of another. Every day, we are practicing social distancing. We are being shaped by this experience of caring for our neighbor. A lot of injustices can be summed up by simply saying who you're not caring for. I don't want this person to be my neighbor. That's the beginning of so many isms and phobias. I want to be more like my neighbor. Well, that could be envy. Or I want what my neighbor has. Well, that could be the prelude to theft or even murder. But this semester, your relationships will begin with the regular exercise of caring for your neighbor. This is bound to impact the kinds of friends you will make here this year. I am not only excited that many of you will be making great friendships for the rest of your life, but you may form pods and small groups who will advocate for justice with persistence. Perhaps you will be like those students in the mock village. You could become like those people who together persistently advocate for yourselves, for your friends, for your neighbors, and for justice. For at the heart of a just society is good neighbors. There are many losses in this year of 2020, but perhaps with all of us practicing persistence and being good neighbors, perhaps in this moment we are sowing the seeds of a just society. So, as we begin this new year, remember to be good to yourselves. Be a good neighbor. Form those small groups that may work together for peace and justice. And I wish you the best for this semester as you become good neighbors in this learning community.